Hello and welcome back to another painting video. Today we are going to be painting our Chronomancer for our Necron Army. He's a very important part of our Necron Army, so we just need to make him look cool as best we can anyway. So as always, we're going to start off with our dry brush, and if you remember from our last couple ones, we've changed our paint scheme, so we're doing this medium sea gray for his little tentacle bottoms while my cat is attacking something in my room. I don't know what. Please forgive him. He does not know what he does. He's so stupid. He's a little dumb baby. So we're gonna get the tentacle bits here. These all can get this to the little staffy bit here. Get all the angles here, all the sides, the backs. Get down low, but we don't have to go as high as much down low because remember we are trying to drive the eye upwards on our model, so leaving it kind of less saturated down there is good. Then we're going to get our shoulder pads dry brushed up, as well as these little cubes that are part of this as well, even the cubes in his hand. This model was a little weird to build. I hadn't built a Chronomancer before, so oh no! Well, that's definitely not something that we want to happen, but it can happen, of course, while you're painting. So we're just going to get our plastic glue. I guess he didn't get good enough in there like I thought he did. So let's just set that on there. And we'll just kind of avoid that area for a bit while we finish our dry brushing. Getting those cubes, getting those. I don't think we're going to paint this whole top part red. I think we're going to go a little different with it, but okay, so we can't. Still can't touch that head quite yet. So we're just working these areas while we're waiting for that to dry. Okay. Now we can switch to our white paint for the rest of the shoulder pads, for our slap chop style shoulder pads. Okay, and then we want to kind of focus on those like high spots up close to really pop that contrast. Get a little bit on those guys as well. Go to the back here. Get those. And that'll be that. So we can wipe that off now. Okay, now we'll get the legs, which is this sick green. What we use for our glowy greeny color. And I think it works out pretty good. So we'll dry brush the legs and the cubes, because those are the spots that are have the green kind of tint outline edge highlight to them in a lot of the art. And we're just trying to kind of mimic that a bit. That's why we did the gray beforehand, so that this really dark green kind of shows up a lot better on these. So we've got our green there. We need to get the cubes now. I don't like how he's kind of flopping, so I'm gonna hold him more in his chest area to prevent that floppiness. Especially when you're using plastic glue, it's just melting the pieces together, so you can have some floppiness that's not what you need when you're trying to do some of this other stuff. So you just gotta stabilize it the best you can. Okay, that's our green. Now let's kind of go back into our gray, because that face should hopefully be holding on now. So let's actually clean off this brush, because we don't want any of that green coming in through the gray. That would not be great. Okay, so now let's do this with like a light touch. Get that face. Remember, we don't get the backs of, we get the back of our head with the gray, but we don't get the back of it with the white. So let's do that. Wipe this off, go into our white, and then we'll get face again with kind of a light touch. And that's going to get our face in there. Okay, so that's that. Now we can move on to our metals, which is gunmetal, for the base coat of our arms and chest and all that kind of stuff. So for the main portion of our guy, and that's also a dry brush. We've got this basically down to just a bunch of dry brush steps. So get all of that, all of the hand and the arm. Where did I put this? Right there. Get the front of the hand here, underneath, and here's going to be a little tricky. You know, I should have actually got these bands too with the stuff. We'll have to go back and do that with the gray and the white, because that's going to need some red paint on it, some red contrast, so we're going to have to go through that again. Okay, let's just keep getting this, get in there, getting our little nooks and crannies. This arm over there that we can't really get a good view on. Get this side of that, as well as this symbol right here, because our symbols bases are always metallic like that. Okay, get this. I felt like we didn't get that very good, so we'll get that a cover that up a little bit better. Okay, get the arm here. Nice, and then we're going to get our silver paint as our kind of next step up from there. So we'll put some of that down. And I just got a bunch on my hand. That's not what I wanted. So let's put that on there. Wipe it off. We just want like a little bit of this on our model to just bring out some more brightness in some of the areas. Especially like in those little areas that we can't really see, just to give it a little extra push in a direction. Okay. Now quickly, I'm going to go into the gray again and get those little hanging down stringies, little, like the little Pope robes that are on the front here. I don't know what to call them, so I just called them Pope robes. I don't know, you know, these little guys. So I'm going to bring that down like that, just get it ready to receive our red, and then we'll get into our white. Just get the top of it. We're just gonna pull that down like that. Put some more white into here, these areas. Just a little bit on the back here. You don't gotta go crazy on the backs because you don't really see them. Alright, we'll clean that off. And then we'll go into our contrast, which is Blood Angels Red. And we're gonna go into the shoulders. We're trying not to get a ton on our brush here, so we can go through this and kind of, we still want to maintain those colors underneath that we put down. So we're just putting it on our brush and kind of wiping it all off. Can go here. Just get all of this coated. Like that. So we have our red done. And now we can move to our metallics, our other metallics, which is this brassy brass color. And we're gonna get a couple spots. So we're gonna get this little top of the staff here. Definitely should get this treatment on it. And just go in and out. Keep rotating your model to see all those spots where you need to get the paint. You're still probably going to miss some spots, but it's okay. Then we want to get the top of this crown here as well, because they are kind of like the royals. We want to really kind of regal them up a little bit when it comes to like their faces and stuff like that. Put that there. Let's do like light touches kind of over that. That'll get us to retain all those details underneath and stuff. And we'll get the tops here and the insides there. And then the bottom of the staff here. And the sides of this part of the staff here. Like that. And then we're going to have to go to a smaller brush. To get the symbol on the chest here. Like that, and then just like pick out some of those hoses in there as well. And then the top of this symbol, top of this symbol, as well as like a light kind of dry brush over the top of the pieces there. Let me just make sure I'm getting everything here. Okay. And then we'll actually go back into our white again, because there just keeps being spots that I miss. And we're going to get this little orb guy. We're just prepping that area for airbrush. So that's why we just do this. That's all gonna help that paint show up a lot better. And then we get the little brush again with the white, and we get those little rib cage areas that we can see. They're gonna be kind of hard on this guy. Kind of dreading it on this one, actually, to be honest. But we'll just poke in there. Do the same thing on this side. But he also has them on his back, so that's cool. We gotta poke those holes up. Okay, so we've got our white prepped. Now we're going to take our scarlet paint and we're going to highlight over the top of the reds really fast. Just do some edging. So we definitely want to get like the top there. Probably in there. just try to think of like those little high points and what's catching the most light on our guy. Or you can just go for all of it and just hit all the edges. It's totally valid too. I'm not here to tell you you can't do that. Get what you can, then do some same kind of thing on the little capey guy. And we gotta go to the back, do the same kind of thing. Like that. More edges there. And then since their eyes are supposed to be red, but like except these big eyes are usually green, we're gonna put the red right there on him just to help tie him into the rest of everyone else. And then now we're gonna go into wash of Agrax Earthshade on the metallics and our bronzes and stuff, like our bronzes and our whatever this other color is called. Our gunmetal, just to dirty it up, make it look more 40K-ish, I guess is the word for it that I'm going to use. And we're just avoiding those areas where the white is, so because we're going to be spraying in there, so we just avoid our chests and all that. Let's put that over that, over this, that, the hand. We're just kind of avoiding our little rib cage area. Get up here on the top of the crown thingy. This is going to help bring out our little, all of our little details and stuff in there. Okay, and then we are ready for some airbrush. Actually, wait, hold on, we'll do something else first though. We gotta do some highlights on the face. Forgot about this step, and I usually forget about this step, but we're just gonna go in and put some more kind of light on the top parts of the head, and just do some, there we go. Okay. So now we can get out our airbrush, and we're gonna use a Scorpina green like we do for our airbrushing here. So we're just gonna take this, put a little bit in there, and get our thinner, put a little bit in there, give it a little mix, Okay, and then we'll put it in our airbrush here. Just pour it in. Turn on the airbrush. Give it a little test there. And then we can go in. So we want to get the eye. You can see here. So we get our eye. And then this guy. Okay, and then we want to get inside here, their little riblets. Oh no! And that is a dead airbrush. I didn't charge it, which I should have. So we're gonna probably pick these out with just paint. Since they're so far in there anyway, we're just gonna go in there with our brush. Just kind of clean it up like that. And then just do the same thing, just stab it in there where we can see. It's probably for the best for this model anyway, because of how it was. But we got the most important parts done with the airbrush before it died on us. So yeah, so that is how we paint our Chronomancer. As always, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.